Where do I start with my sweet Ashley Marietta? I met Ashley 7 years ago at an event, and since then, I've loved her. We have a lot in common. We both love media, entertainment, and when we get together, we're always talking about spirituality. Ashley Marietta is a host, a wellness enthusiast, and the creative catalyst to Atlanta's multicultural millennial market. When she's not creating and coordinating events, she is somewhere in the kitchen as the host of Nutritious as Fuck, okay? She's great. You gotta watch it. Most recently, Ashley has combined her love of music and her love of wellness into an effort to make sure that more people in hip-hop are more aware of wellness. I can't wait to talk about it with her, and I can't wait for you to see. Okay, I know you.
Yes.
Tell the people, who is Ashley Marietta today, right?
Oh, I'm glad you put it today.
Yes,
because I've been many things.
Yes. Same here.
And I feel like I'm just now settling into what I feel like is something that I'll be for the rest of my life.
So
versus
beautiful.
Before it was I was just out here.
Figuring it out though.
Yeah,
figuring
it out. And I feel like you have to have the ups and the downs to find out what your boundaries are, what you like, who you are. But I feel like today who I am is someone who's passionate about their own wellness and taking what I learned and sharing it with people in an approachable way. That's pretty much the means for everything I do. On a professional side, I am a host. I work with brands on brand partnerships. I execute a number of events, not just for myself, but for brands. So that's what I do on the professional side. But on a personal side, I'm in love with, exploration, and the exploration specifically of wellness.
I love that. So how did you get to that point where you were like, yo, I gotta get serious about this?
About wellness, I got to that point from my own efforts. So it started small and just kind of snowballed. So we have a mutual friend, Money Making Neek, right?
Oh yeah.
So I always tell people I love Neek.
He's a Leo.
And he's man, Leos are my favorite people. But I guess the starting point that I remember that was pivotal for me was I was having an asthma day. I was first of all, bigger than I normally am. I think my normal weight is 150 to 155, and I think I was 175 pushing or something, which for me is heavier than I'm used to being.
Okay, right.
So I was having a bad asthma day, which I thought you're just born with asthma, you have it, which is true. You do kind of just have it. Some people are more prone. And I came wheezing into fly kicks. I don't know what I was doing out that day, but I was out and I just was I need to breathe. And I knew I could step into fly kicks where Neek was working and just sit down and take a breather. And he's like, yo, you good? And I'm like, I'm good, I just need a minute. And he's like, what's wrong? And I was like, I have asthma. He's like, you got your inhaler on you? I was like, yeah, but it's not working. I feel like I keep wheezing, I'm not getting enough air. He was like, yo, he was telling me you could try eucalyptus, you could try chi-chi. And I was like,
anyways.
Cool. Right. And then he was like, and I also heard that if you cut out dairy for at least 21 days to a month, that it could help or take it away. And I was like, I guess. And luckily, I'm not a huge dairy person. I like a little sour cream on my tacos, but I'm not a super mac and cheese person. I know that's blasphemous, Black people.
It's okay.
But I'm not a super
I don't need it.
I do not need the queso. So it wasn't. I felt like he kind of gave it to me in an approachable way because I was like, if this guy who's a rapper is giving me the game, then it's got to be real because it's not coming from someone who's doing better and has more money than, well, not necessarily doing better, but it's not coming from Oprah. Yeah. It's coming from somebody relatable.
Right.
So that kind of ties into why I feel like that interaction is important, where it's coming from relatable people in a practical way, because what he told me actually worked. So the cutting out the dairy, haven't really had much of a problem with my asthma since, except for when I try to sneak in some Haagen-Dazs. And then little things like putting the eucalyptus in your shower so that the eucalyptus kind of opens you up. And
that's so beautiful.
Yeah, so once I realized that, on top of when I was dieting for my weight, just because I'm vain, and I was like, I'm finna get snatched.
I get it.
But that was the first diet I ever went on, and being on a diet made me feel better. And I remember being like, I'm gonna continue on this diet, not because of the weight at this point, but because I love how I feel.
So really make it a lifestyle change.
Yeah. So that was the thing. It went from being a temporary thing for me to just do because I wanted to get my asthma right or I wanted to lose weight, to me being like, yo, what if I like just stayed like this? Or what if I kept going?
Yeah. So did you become like really interested in the different things that food could do or cutting out food could do?
Yes. Now I'm obsessed because once I realized, I think that was the first time I realized how important food is and your diet is to your health. I didn't think it correlated that much. I think I was kind of like, especially in Black families, we're raised to believe grandma has diabetes, that's just how it is.
Boom.
Mama has
cancer,
high blood pressure,
all of that stuff.
Yeah, and we just kind of be like, that's just how it is.
Yes.
And to some degree it is, but in a lot of cases we are enabling these things to fester and to grow and to manifest, whether it be emotionally, which is a whole nother conversation, or whether it be like, you gotta stop putting fatback meat in the cup.
Right, I mean, or sometimes you gotta chill out on the Coke.
Right.
My grandma was a Coke drinker, loved her Lay's potato chips, and all of that perpetuated however she was feeling.
Yeah, and that right there, I feel like for people in general, one of the first most approachable things you can do is cut out what you're drinking.
Yes.
Because you don't realize, like, you know, when you eat a cookie, you're like, oh, I need to stop eating cookies, but you're drinking a soda and that soda has like 5 cookies in it.
Right.
Or more in most
right.
cases. But yes, I feel like with us, we just gotta pay attention more to what we eat and how it makes us feel.
So what made you want to like share that information with everybody through Rapwell?
Man, I think I'm still to this day just so shocked at how much lifestyle changes or herbs and just all these things can make people better.
Yeah.
And I think once you
feel
better,
good too. Yeah. Really feel good.
And when you have that feeling, it's like, how could you not want to share it?
Yeah.
I can't go from realizing how much these things have changed my life to not hearing so-and-so have a problem and be like, girl, try this.
See, that's the thing right there. Hearing that somebody has an issue or hearing somebody has a headache. Like, if somebody tells me they have a headache, I'm like, what'd you eat?
Right.
That's the first thing I want to know.
And I know people hate that, but
Yeah.
it's like, I feel like that's the first thing we can do.
Yeah.
Before we just rule it off as like how life is, or, you know.
Even down to our
genetics.
cramps, I realize that when I work out and when I don't eat so much sugar or things that kind of irritate my abdomen, my cramps aren't as bad.
They're not.
And isn't that crazy? Because I used to be a McDonald's girl, like Coke, everything.
Yeah.
But once I started to eat better, I mean, I feel like everything changed for me.
That's what's beautiful, is like how much we are able to be in control of our own health and our own experiences in life. So once you realize like how much power and how much alchemy is out there for you to do for yourself, I just can't get enough of talking to people about it. Because I don't think people realize how much control we do have and how much there is for us to learn and explore, that we've kind of like, I don't know, and like I said, this could go down a rabbit hole. I know some things are being purposely suppressed because of certain industries want to make money.
Yeah, it's definitely a money-making thing.
Or if it's just people are just we're so first world that we just look for a pill. We look for a quick solution.
It's easy, it's quick, and that's the thing. Even when the doctors are talking to me, they'll say, this will cure your symptoms. But that's it.
But that's your symptoms, and you still have the problem.
Yeah, I still have the issue. So I don't take pills or anything like that. If I have a headache, I'ma just thug it out.
Right.
If I'm cramping, I'ma just be like, all day, because I'd rather just let my body go through the motion,
And then I think some people they're kind of scared to learn their body. So like you said, I've been in that space where it's like, I have a cramp. Let me not run to the Midol.
Yeah.
Unless I have like a huge day, I'm not going to the Midol because I want to learn my body and I want to feel it. And another thing about pain, unless you're in excruciating pain or you have like a big shoot to do where you just have to be focused, like let your body sit with those feelings so you can learn where it's coming from, so you can feel how these things feel. And sometimes you can solve your problems just from taking time to feel it and not running to suppress it.
I'm so excited. And I know that, so you make your home remedies.
I do.
So we're gonna do some of those.
First of all, I'm frugal, so that's where that came from. But I just I like putting my hands on things. I like learning things for myself, and the best way to do it is if you make things yourself.
And then I'm excited to talk about too, why you feel like this is really important for the hip hop community, because you love like entertainment, right?
Love it. That's kind of where my initial background is. So I didn't want to let that go, but I also feel like it needs a little something right now.
Right, like a little something different, because you've seen some stuff, right? That's like,
that just didn't sit well with me, and it doesn't mean I wanted to abandon the whole industry. I feel like if I have an opportunity to influence some change in that industry, then that's what I'm gonna go for.
I love it. All right, we're gonna make these home remedies.
Let's do it.
So I figured something that's way easier than people think it is, that we can make at home quickly, that's pretty accessible to everyone, is a quick elderberry syrup.